Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Food on the Table. Today what I'm going to be doing is explaining why I quit my 9-to-5 job, and I'm going to walk you through what has transpired leading into why I quit my 9-to-5 job. With that being said, I do have my best friend Robin, my boy from high school. He also happened to quit his 9-to-5 job as well. So this way you get two perspectives on what has transpired, leading us to quit our 9-to-5 job. And he is right over here. Yeah, boy.
What's going on, guys? Guys, it's your boy Robin. You guys probably remember me from the last video where we did the vending run. So go ahead and check that out. But yeah, so me and Shakithian, we go way back, like you said, all the way back to the high school days. It was great. It was like we were able to stay in touch for all these years, and then we were able to both, grow a lot, like individually. And yeah, we're here to share with you how we quit our 9-to-5s and give you two different perspectives. He had his own journey and how, he was able to do his own thing. And again, I have a different perspective. But also some similarities that we both probably share when quitting our 9-to-5. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about that.
All right, so I'll go first. So I did have a career which was a 9-to-5. So I pretty much followed the whole structure as to getting a job, go to school, get a nice education, go find yourself a job and work for that job, and the rest is history, right? So I did have a job at this hotel. Amazing people, amazing staff. There was few ups and downs, but most of the time there were a lot of downs. So just to touch upon what transpired, I wasn't really happy about the job. So basically, I still remember the first day me starting there. I kind of questioned myself, hey, is this something that I want to be doing for the rest of my life? And I had this question from day one. I remember going to the job, leaving my driveways, Shkitian, is this really what you want to be doing for the rest of your life? I even questioned that, right? And then when I came back I still remember this. So when I came back from the job, I was still questioning myself, hey, is this what you still want to be doing for the rest of your life, right? And then throughout the years and months that went by, I kind of gave up on it. I was like, okay, you know what? This is it. This is what I'm going to be settling for, right? And then once that happened, it was almost a year, almost 2 years, and then 3 years came by. I was still in the same position. There was no growth within the company, even though they're pushing me to grow. But even if I were to grow within the company, do I want to work for this company for the rest of my life, right? So that's the question that I had. So I was there working, pretty much. I was told what to do. If you don't do this, pretty much leave. That was the situation there, right? And some things that transpired there, I wasn't very happy about. For example, there was this one situation. I do play baseball, and there was a situation where I got injured, and then I asked him, hey, if I can take few weeks or a couple of days off. I went through HR, and I still remember this lady. She was like, you still have to come to work just to show the company that you're very dedicated to the company. It goes to show they don't really prioritize your overall well-being. You just have to go there to show that you're very dedicated to the company, right? So from that, this is I would say during the last months or the last weeks of me working for that company, and then I just kind of gave up on it. I was like, am I really valued in this company? And then I just kind of gave up on it. I wrote my 2 weeks resignation letter, typed it up. The biggest anxiety that I had was what I was gonna do after I quit, right? It was very fearful. I was going through so many thoughts, how am I gonna pay bills? How am I gonna make ends meet, pretty much? So it was very hard. And But with that being all the thing that happened at this company, at this hotel, I still pushed through. I still wrote my 2 weeks resignation letter, handed it over to HR, and I still remember. Even the manager came up to me. He's like, hey, Shakithian, do you mind like staying back for a week, right? Because they weren't able to find anyone. So I even told them, sorry, I have to go, right? So it goes to show like they just want you there for their jobs to be done on that day of and that time being of, right? They don't really value. So I just quit, right? So I wasn't like put on this earth to work for this company and like slave my life away for the rest of my life, right? So once that happened, I tried to like move forward, right? I started to explore like all the side hustle, right? At that time, there was like Uber Eats, Uber, I believe DoorDash wasn't available back then. I believe it was just Uber Eats and Uber. I believe Skip the Dish was there too. Hustled it out and kind of like push forward. And even then, when I was still working at that hotel, I still had a part-time job plus all the side hustles. I wasn't really relying on the whole 9 to 5 Monday to Friday. I still had my side thing going on, so which led to like it was a bit more comfortable to quit. So during those times, right when I quit my 9 to 5 job, my first 9 to 5 job that is, I started to question like what other like passive incomes that I can do, right? So with that came like vending machines, right? Like it was like the perfect opportunity to like explore that side hustle, right? But with that came me earning more than what I was making at that hotel, and it was still kind of wasn't enough. It was still like I was still trying to make ends meet because I had to pay for my own phone bill, my own car insurance, my like pretty much my own thing. Like I wasn't really asking my parents for money. I'm not a big fan of that, so like they work hard for their money, so they should be able to spend it on their needs and whatnot, right? So I wasn't a really fan of asking parents for money, so I kind of like stride forward to like make my own money so I could stand on my own 2 feet, right? Like yeah, parents are there to help you out, but like when it comes to financial thing, I'm not a really big fan of asking them for money. So remember, I had two 9 to 5 jobs. So one was the hotel, and then when money was kind of still too tight, I hopped onto another 9 to 5 job, which I did tell myself I'm gonna be working for this company for only 1 year, like, and I still followed through with my own promises. So whenever you make a promise to yourself, guys, make sure you always follow through with it, because you always like build up yourself, right? Like self-pride, right? You have to like always big up yourself, right? So I told myself I'm gonna work for this company and I'm gonna save much money as possible. Like when I say much money as possible, I would say like around like 50 to 70% of the money that I made, I literally like saved up. I didn't even touch it, which I used that money to fund like one of my biggest side investments, and that is Turo. And I'm gonna be making a lot of videos. I still haven't introduced Turo, but it's coming. So stay tuned, subscribe by all means. And you guys are up for more and more videos that I'm going to be pumping out with Turo. So I kind of saved up all the money within that 1 year. I would say 2020. I would say end of 2019 leading into 2020. So I saved up all that money, funded all my Turo business, and here I am. I quit that second 9 to 5 job. I would say first of October, I quit that job. With that being said, I'm gonna pass it on to Robin, and he's gonna explain a little bit about what he went through and what he had to go through to quit his 9 to 5 job. And I'll turn the camera right over to him. You got the spotlight, man.
Where's the kids going? Where's the kid thing? The action thing.
I'll edit it out. I'll put that in there.
Okay. All right. No need for a fancy intro for me, man. I'm not.
Is the lighting good?
Okay, guys. So thank you, Shakithian, for sharing that story. It was nice to see your perspective on why you left the 9 to 5. And now it's time for me to share why I left the 9 to 5. And then we're gonna go ahead and compare some of the differences and similarities between his story and mine. So, just like most of you guys, just like Shakithian here, I did the traditional route, like every parent wants their kid to do. You go to school, you get an education, you get good grades. Well, At least in my case, got good grades. Sometimes I didn't. Sometimes I got my ass beat. Who knows, right? And then oh shit, cut that out in case my mom watches this shit. You go to school, you go to school, you get an education, you get your good grades, and then you go ahead and you get a career that you're supposed to work for the rest of your life and retire with. And that's exactly what I did. So I went to school, got an education, and I landed myself a professional career. So to talk a little bit about that is like, so during the 3 years, for at least for the first year, it started off good. You know, you land your new job. It's more money than, you know, what you're used to making, working your regular, like, you know, retail job, before I landed this. But then after like the years and the days kept going on, it was the same routine, over and over, day after day, and it started to get really repetitive. And again, like Shakithan, I used to have a lot of like deep talks with myself, like, is this exactly what I want to do? Is this what I want to do for the rest of my life? And mind you guys, like, I was only like the second year in to my career, and I just already started to question myself. But at the same time, I told myself, I'm like, well, I kind of want to leave, but at the same time, I don't want to leave. And the reason why I didn't want to leave, at least at that time, was, well, it's just like, what are my family gonna think, right? Then they're gonna like beat my ass again, like how when I got bad grades, or but yeah, so it's just like I'm pretty sure Shakithan felt like that same way too, right? Right, buddy?
Absolutely. So I of course, like, I had like thoughts about like what's my parents gonna say, what my cousins are gonna say, what my like friends are gonna say, right? Because like it was a big thing, it was a big jump, right? So it was hard. So like there's a lot of people out there who's gonna judge you based off on your the place that you work for, how much money you make, what sort of car you drive. Like there's so many judgmental people out there. So for example, like Tamil aunties and uncles, bro, they're on your case, man. If you're not a doctor, they're on your ass. Like they're coming for you and also your family too. Like that's messed up. Like
Don't put that part in. Don't put that part in. Don't put that part in.
No, I'm Tamil. I can say it, bro.
Okay.
Alright, back to this guy.
Thank you for, there was a lot of pressure on me because I already started questioning kind of like the whole 9-to-5 career, and if I wanted to go ahead and continue it and dedicate all my time and passion to something for the next 40-50 years and go ahead and retire. But the reason I was like second year in, and I was like starting to question myself, like, should I quit? Should I continue? But the one thing I did know is that I wasn't happy, and it was like I cared too much about what people thought of me. So just like Shakithan exactly said, like, what is my parents gonna think? I'm gonna be making less money, so I'm not gonna be driving like, you know, the coolest car and things and stuff, and like things. But like at the end of the day, what it came down to was, like, aside from all the judgment, at the end of the day, like, all I knew was like, I wasn't happy and I wanted to be happy, and I knew that being in this 9-to-5 was not going to make me happy. So actually I have some news to tell you. Actually, at the end of this year, I'll actually be retiring and leaving my professional career that I've been working for the last 4 years. So three and a half, 4 years. So yeah, I'm excited to continue my journey. And you know, again, just being happy and just not caring about what other people think, and just having like thick skin, you know, and like just kind of doing whatever makes me happy. And I know Shakithan over here can talk about that as well.
Yeah, so just to touch upon like what he said, like perseverance, right? Like it's a key thing. Like you'll get knocked down, like you'll have like people like kicking you down to the ground, but the thing is, you gotta come back up, man. Like you gotta prove them wrong, and show them what's up. I feel like we both had this mentality, and you just want to touch up on that?
I just felt like I had like a creative mind, and I always wanted like a new challenge and something new, and I felt like, at least with the job that I was working in, I wasn't able to do that. I feel like working on my own terms, and creating my own businesses and working on building my own assets and my own investments kind of gave me, you know, that happiness I was looking for that I wasn't getting with my 9 to 5. Being able to live financially independent, being happy, which was a big part, and the sweetest thing was doing it all while, you know, like both me and Shaggy, like both working on our own terms. When we want to go, when we want to work, when we want to go to work, we create our own destiny.
Alright guys, so you guys seen why we quit our 9 to 5 job, and you got to see like 2 different perspectives, and there were some similarities. Like for example, like we weren't happy with our job. We had like the whole like the questioning yourself, right? Like, am I doing the right thing? Thanks Robin for sharing your side of your story.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
For sure, man, for sure. You're always welcome onto the channel, you know?
All right, as long as you keep nicing me with these coffees, I'm gonna come on anytime, bro.
Alright, so with that being said, we do have future plans to introduce more side hustle that we kind of like tagged up on. It's gonna be one of the biggest investment, but stay tuned.
Should we be telling them that yet?
Cut it off. Alright guys, so thank you so much for watching. Sorry I wasn't able to disclose that, but stay tuned. On our next video, you guys are going to be up for a bigger surprise. I was looking forward to this upcoming video, so you guys are going to be up for a bigger surprise. So by all means, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, comment below on what you think it's going to be. So if you guys are right, we might, keyword might, even do a giveaway. I am hitting the 50 subscriber mark, so come join the FOT gang, and you guys are going to be up for a bigger surprise. With that being said, peace out.